Okay, so I purchased this Scary Flying Ghost from Spirit Halloween today. It was $19.99, so 20 bucks, and you can really get a 20% off coupon online. So by my math, I made this ghost 16 bucks. Now, the only thing that scared me, well, so to speak, was it says on here that it's sound activated. I'm not really looking for a ghost that runs away from children. Uh, But hopefully there's a option that just go back and forth constantly. It will go back and forth with sound or no sound. Typically the sound on these are pretty bad audio, so it'll probably just be a silent ghost flying through my yard, and that's what I'm looking to have. So let's see what's in the box. Alright, so here's the ghost. It's nice and waterproof, but I only plan on having this out for Halloween night. Alright, let's take a look at what else is. Alright. Alright, so it's a 3-position switch. The center is off, that's on, and that's on with no sound. Let's open it up. Okay, let's take a look at the cord. It didn't say what the length of the cord is that this runs along. Alright, so let me measure this string off camera here. Let's see, I have 6, 12. So it looks like about 13 foot worth of cord. Alright, and it has these little stops. You can put 2 of them. And it says whenever this ghost hits one of these stops, he turns around and goes back the other way. So we're going to give that a shot here. Alright, and hopefully it's not sound activated. I don't see any sound activated choice on here. Oh, let's hook it up and give it a go. Okay, so I have the ghost all set up, and it appears he's turned on right now. It appears to be sound activated, which isn't what I need. So let's see how loud I need to be to get this guy going here. Boo. 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 Hello? Trick or treat. Oh, there he goes. Well, he goes for a while, but I want him going across the yard all night long. It's not a very long cable. It's pretty much like a round, thick shoestring. I should be able to replace that with a longer one that stretches across my yard. And I may have to do some work on the internals of this. Maybe solder together the leads, short out the sound receptor on it, and then it'll just be in a constant loop. So we'll take a look at that. All right, here in my Mad Lab, and let's open this thing up and see how it looks. All right, let's take a look. All right, so it looks like our blue lines go to the speaker. The white lines, oh my goodness, look at it, it's pulled off the board. I don't know if you can see that, but this whole board may be defective. Oh my goodness. Okay, so what we have here is the white lines go to the sound receiver. But it's about to pull off of the board completely. The blue lines go to the speaker. So we have lines here that go to the motor. And it looks like we have a pair that goes into the gearbox assembly. This yellow, orange, and brown. I'm not sure if that just sends a signal to the board whenever this ghost bumps into something, or if it actually changes gears in here whenever the ghost bumps on something and it turns around. So we have a little bit of a problem here. Say I could take the lines going to the motor and put them directly to the switch to get power. But if I do that, I'm not sure if this board maybe reverses the polarity of the motor to get it to go back and forth. I doubt it. But if I hook these directly to the battery, the motor directly to the battery, the board here doesn't have the ability to change the polarity of the motor. I don't think that's the case, but you never know. I don't know if enough power will get to the board to control the bump motion, the bump turnaround. If I have the motor pulling straight from the batteries, not sure how that'll go. Don't care about the speaker. The line's gonna get cut. The speaker couldn't care less. So I'll do some troubleshooting. Unfortunately, this thing takes so long between. It runs for about 45 seconds whenever you activate it. So every time I try a troubleshooting method, I'll have to wait 45 seconds every single time. And that'll take a long time on the camera. So I'll just have to cut and come back. Okay, so here's what I came up with. Since the white lines go to the sound sensor, I tried shorting these lines. Cutting out the sensor completely and shorting these lines, and it didn't turn on. I tried an open circuit and it didn't turn on. It seems like this board looks for a change in power states between these two lines, which I cannot replicate by just shorting it. I tried moving a speaker wire, so maybe to one of these contacts, so maybe the action of the voltage going to the speaker would keep triggering the motion of the ghost, but it started to overheat and smoke a little bit, so I nixed that plan pretty quick. So unfortunately, it looks like I don't have the ability, the way this thing is processor set up, I don't have the ability to make this ghost go full time, just simply because of I need the ghost to turn around whenever it hits the end of where it's going and come back. So I need this board to perform that function. Otherwise, I would just put the motor straight to the batteries. Well, I can try it, but I don't think this is going to work. I think I'm just going to have use it as it came, sound activated. So we'll see. Okay, you probably can't see it from here, but this whole trace contact on this white line is peeling off of this motherboard. So I'm just going to put a dab of hot glue on it here, just so it doesn't wiggle around as much. Okay. Alright, maybe I'll increase the lifespan of this device. That was some pretty shoddy soldering work we did there. So let's find out, make sure it all works. Okay, despite all my best troubleshooting and finagling, I wasn't able to make it go back and forth full time whenever I turn the switch on. I can make it go in one direction and just bang his head against the wall the whole time while I had it the motor hooks straight to the battery, but unfortunately, for some reason, the when you do that, the board doesn't have the ability to make it switch directions. I don't know if it just wasn't getting enough power to the board to perform both functions when I ever had the motor shorted straight to the battery. So that's pretty much it. The Ghost is as is, so I'll have to hook it up and hope I have noisy kids this Halloween. So all in all, this thing is just meh. I mean, you're forced to have it with sound activation. I just kind of wanted to put it out kind of in the distance and kind of a spooky ghost going back and forth, but really it's going to be right up underneath my carport, hoping the kids are noisy. And they will be noisy, so I'm sure we'll get a little bit of use. But all in all, it's not a whole lot. You can just pick a $16, so yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. So, thank you very much.